You're good to go.
Still pushing the button.
You're good to go.
Good to go. Okay. I would like to call the general committee meeting for August the 2nd. No, not August the 2nd. August the 9th, 2022 to order, please. And go around the room and everyone introduce yourself. Mr. Waters.
Jim Waters, Alderman.
Rachel Collins, Alderman.
Dallas Long, Assistant Park Director.
Jason Gallo, Administrative Services Director.
Jesse Eckenoff, Chief of Operations.
Timothy Witten, Assistant Planning Director. Jonathan Hayes, Alderman.
Peg Petrelli, Vice Mayor.
Steve Brown, Alderman Ward 4 and Committee Chair. Thank you all for being here. Our agenda is pretty simple. I would, if you've read your minutes, I would entertain a motion to accept those from last meeting.
So moved. I'll second it.
Second, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. All right, we have ordinance and resolutions. Resolution 2022-37, a resolution authorizing the Parks Department to apply for Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthy Place Grant. I so move.
Second.
Okay. Dallas, we'll give you the floor where you can explain it a little bit.
Okay. This is gonna go before Bowman tonight. We're looking to get Bowman's approval to apply for the Blue Cross grant. The deadline to apply is August 31st. That's a non-matching grant. And we're looking to apply to turf the athletic field at Volunteer Park and to also build an all-inclusive playground out there in Volunteer Park. So we're thinking that's roughly $1 million project that would be fully funded by Blue Cross Blue Shield. They also set up a maintenance fund for that. I guess the only catch on the city standpoint would be that we would have to name the park the Blue Cross Healthy Place at Volunteer Park. So that's part of the requirements for that. This is a grant we've applied for 3 other times and we're not awarded it. So hopefully this time will be our opportunity to get it. Let's see, really the only thing other than that, I guess that's noteworthy is that the city has to own outright the land. So that's one of the reasons why we picked Volunteer Park as our location to apply for this.
Questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you. On page 8 of the staff report, it says open by August the 1st. Is that just a typical error?
Yeah, the grant cycle opened August 1st and the deadline to apply is August 31st.
That should be 31st, right?
It opened, I don't have that.
It opened, meaning it became available August 1st,
Okay.
and we have to apply by the end of August 31st.
And we should know by February of next year.
Okay, thank you.
They awarded it.
Who writes that? Who writes this grant?
Andy would.
Who?
Andy.
First Director.
And is it substantially or almost the same as, is it substantially different or is it almost the same as the last?
It'd pretty much be roughly the same. I
Yeah.
mean, this is a different project than the other 3 we applied for.
Okay.
The other
Okay.
ones were at Heritage Park and let's see, and we also like to do a miracle field at Veterans. So it is a different project, but a lot of the information would be the same.
No cost to the city?
No cost to the city.
Sounds like my wife's bank account.
It's wonderful. I appreciate you all being on the ball and getting the application in.
We hope we can get this one.
Any other questions, comments? We put it on the floor. Mr. Waters has seconded it. So vote on it. All those in favor, say aye.
Ah,
Any opposed? None opposed, that passes unanimously. We'll be on board level tonight. Next, we have a resolution 2022-38, a resolution condemning hate groups and hate crimes within the Hendersonville community. Mr. Waters moves.
and I'll second it.
He seconds it. I think we all know why this came about, but Hayes and Ms. Collins is here, would like to speak to it, and it's their resolution.
Yeah, I'm glad to have my name on it. Rachel, would you share with us?
We are just, we've had some recent ugliness in the community. Okay.
I can't see you. That's.
Sorry, well, I'm hiding behind the chairs. We've had some recent ugliness in the community, which I think we all got multiple phone calls about a couple weekends ago. And really appreciate the Public Works taking care of that as soon as they could. But Jonathan and I've had a few people request that we denounce that behavior. And this is just the result of that. Are there any questions about it? Yes, sir.
What, to follow up on this, Mr. Chairman, say it's passed, what's gonna be involved now? Is there a detailed description as what's gonna happen?
Nothing happens. We're just making the statement that those groups and behaviors that we disapprove. We don't actually do anything.
Thank you.
Just confirming that it's one of the best cities in the world to live in, and this did happen. At least a portion of those vandal paint marks were in Ward 5, and it was in Ward 5 that a lot of the constituents were concerned.
Mr. Trilling,
Thank you, Chairman. Is this a resolution?
yes.
Yeah, we did something like this a couple of years ago, totally different subject matter, but we condemned the quarry dam because we knew it would affect Hendersonville, and it has been. But same spirit of community. I would love to be added on as a sponsor. I would certainly hope that the whole board would want to be added on as a sponsor. But I appreciate y'all taking the lead on this because we do not want to have, we want to have a show force, and we do not tolerate this type of hatefulness and nonsense in our fun city. So thank you all both.
And Mr. Waters, I guess you could say it's just kind of a statement of our values. Just to reiterate for those who obviously are not aware of where our values are, they wouldn't have placed graffiti the way that they did. So
I think the reason I'm confused is how we're gonna stop it.
it doesn't stop
We're
it.
not actually stopping anything. All this resolution does make a statement that says we as city fathers and mothers and sons and daughters do not believe in this type of nonsense. We're not bigots, we're not racist, and we're just making that statement.
So it's just like the,
It could stop it. It might make somebody think, but it's just a statement, basically.
it's just like cutting the grass out into the street, leaving it out in the street and killing some people. I mean, that's got some backbone to it. I've seen that change in my neighborhood with the grass.
Yeah.
I'm just confused, but I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong.
I understand.
Well, I think what would happen if the police department would actually have seen somebody tagging
Yeah.
that bridge abutment out there, then they would have probably cited them or arrested them for vandalism. But, they do that at probably 3 o'clock in the morning and when there's nobody around. I don't know. I've never done that. So, but I'm seen it done.
And if
Finished product.
If we had a lot of extra money, we would put cameras up down there too, but we don't have enough money to do that right now. So we just want to make it a positive affirmation that
Because
We
there's no electricity. We would have to run electricity, so it's not just putting a camera.
gotcha.
It's
Are other wards having this problem that you know of, or?
Part of it was in the parks. And part of it was underneath Indian Lake Boulevard where it goes over the train. So that portion is in Ward 5 and the other part is in, I guess that's Ward 1 or 2.
six.
It's 6.
It's 6.
Six.
Yeah, I was
That's
aware
the
of that,
boundary.
and I think Andy's doing a great job in controlling that, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And Public Works got to it. Was it the very next Monday? Was it Monday? Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of people were kind of shook.
Yeah.
People who are minorities.
Yeah.
Were kind of shook by it, and
Mhm.
it made them feel like they weren't valued, or maybe they weren't even safe. And so I think for us to just make a statement of our values that we don't condone this, that behavior, and those groups are not welcome here. It's what we can do. There are already laws in place against them, but it's to offer some reassurance to people who need it.
Yep. Ms. Cunningham,
Thank you. I would like also to be a sponsor and I agree with Rachel and with Jonathan.
Thank you.
And it's just that we don't condone that behavior from both sides.
Yeah.
Or from
From
all
in-
sides.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense in the world that we're living in today.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's probably a bunch of kids or, you know, maybe a hate group here and there. That just kind of infiltrate, they probably don't even live here. I mean,
No,
people that did it, you know?
nobody that lives here would do that.
Yeah.
this is not
We'd like to think so.
Okay, this is not on Bowman tonight, it'd be on Bowman our next meeting. So when I give my report, I will make that offer that if anybody would like to come on to
Thank you.
sponsor this, they can do it at that time. I for one would like to be a sponsor on it as well. Any more questions? All right. All in favor? Any opposed? None opposed. We have no other agenda items.
Motion adjourned.
I'll second.
Motion adjourned. Sounds good to me. All in favor?